You're listening to Dennis Kay with Good Afternoon Grantham.
Hello. Yes, it's me, yours truly, Dennis Kay, and I'm with you all the way through until 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's going to be a good afternoon as well. 1:15, or just after the 1:15 break, we're going to be talking to Ben Fogle, the adventurer. Yes, he's going to be talking about trees and what the trees do for the planet. On behalf of WWF, yes, so that should be interesting. And just after the 1:15 break, Ben Fogle. Yep, Ben Fogle's going to be talking to us. He's going to be talking about trees and about the WWF, that's the World Wildlife Fund. And of course, Ben Fogle, he's a bit of an adventurer, isn't he? Yes, definitely. He's sort of... he's done all sorts, hasn't he? He did a big rowing challenge, didn't he? Where did he row? I can't remember now, but it was definitely something to be proud of with Ben, and he goes all over the world looking at nature and things. He's an adventurer. Yep, adventurer. So it's going to be quite an interesting chat to him. So if you're interested at all, have a listen in about 1:15.
Interesting guests, fascinating facts, and great music. You're listening to Dennis Kay with Good Afternoon Grantham.
Indeed you are, and I am very, very pleased to say that on the phone line with me today is none other than Ben Fogle. Good afternoon, Ben.
Good afternoon, Dennis.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Ben, I don't know where to start with you. You've done so many things. Your title of adventurer, you really have lived up to that, haven't you?
Well, I've always lived by the adage to add life to your days, not days to your life, and I've tried to fill the last kind of 39 years. I turned 40 this year, so I've really tried to fill my life with all sorts of experiences, and obviously my real passion is travel and adventure.
What a great passion to have. I mean, from what I can gather, it started from an early age, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of started traveling when I was just a couple of years old. My father's Canadian, so I used to go and visit my grandparents out in Canada, where my grandfather had built a wooden cabin on the shores of a lake. So I kind of always had this passion for the outdoors and for the natural world, and loved exploring the flora, the fauna, the trees, everything that was around me, despite kind of growing up in London, which is where I spent most of my childhood. And it kind of grew from there.
I mean, to be honest, spending your childhood in London is totally different to the things you've been doing. City life, yes, but you've gone to all sorts of weird and wonderful places and beautiful places, haven't you?
I have, but I think diversity is the spice of life, and I think a little bit of everything is great. And I still like city life. I still live in London, but I do spend a huge amount of my time in various remote corners of the globe, from mountains to deserts to jungle.
Well, today you're talking to us about trees. Now, we're fortunate here in Grantham because I don't know if you are aware, Ben. I'm sure you probably are. You know more about it than me. Here in Grantham is the headquarters for the Woodlands Trust.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Well, I'm basically supporting a campaign from another great organisation, WWF, who've teamed up with Sky to create the I Love Amazon Week campaign. And the I Love Amazon Week campaign is basically trying to remind people that what happens on the other side of the world in the Amazon, this enormous rainforest that spans 9 countries in South America, does affect us over here. And what is even more astonishing is that we here in Grantham, wherever we are in the UK, also have the power to make a change in what happens over there. To kind of launch the I Love Amazon Week campaign, we did a survey to find out how many Brits can actually identify common trees, and actually the survey revealed that like 1 in 10 are unable to identify a holly tree, which I would have thought would have been quite obvious. Even fir trees cause confusion. Lots of people don't know which tree conkers come from. And the point is not to kind of say how silly everyone is, but more to the point how disconnected, perhaps, with the great outdoors, with our rural spaces we've all become. And to kind of point out that if we have trouble identifying trees on our doorstep, in our back gardens, in our local parks, then where's the impetus to try and preserve an area like the Amazon that's effectively the great lung of the earth? It's like a giant organic factory making everything that makes life that makes life tick by on planet Earth.
Of course, and the Amazon, of course, the rainforest, so essential for the ecosystem, and unfortunately, a lot of it being destroyed, isn't it, Ben?
Well, a terrifying statistic. I think it's the equivalent of 3 football fields worth of Amazon rainforest is being destroyed every minute. That is just an unbelievable statistic, and that really does have an effect on all of us. And if you wonder how we're playing a part of that, it's not just in perhaps the wood, the paper that comes from the trees themselves, but also a lot of the land is deforested to make way for growing crops. Bananas, chocolate, coffee all come from the Amazon region. And obviously we're consumers of all of these products. Now, we're not saying to people stop consuming these products by any means, because actually, people need to earn livelihoods and things. It's just about finding that fine balance. And actually, it's simple things like when you do buy wood or paper, look for the FSC certification, which means that it's from a sustainable source. And part of the I Love Amazon Week campaign with WWF and Sky is to try and sign up about 5,000 people. 5,000 people exactly, in fact, is how many people we want to pledge to kind of bettering their life and loving the Amazon by changing their lifestyle. And online, in fact, we have a website, sky.com/rainforest rescue. When you sign up for the pledge, basically we talk you through how you, as an individual, can make a difference and love the Amazon and preserve the Amazon and effectively help change the planet, save the planet.
Yes, of course. Now, the Amazon, of course, the major rainforests have so many knock-on effects around the world. As you say, it is also used commercially, but the actual ecosystem relies upon it. Do you think we were a bit late in realising this fact because we took it for granted?
I think we did. I think that's one of the problems. It's a bit like the reason that a typical adult can't identify some of the most common trees is because we just take them for granted. And I'm included in that, by the way. I don't. If I walk down the street and see various trees, I can identify some obvious ones like the oak, but there's certainly others that I would probably struggle to identify. And I think that all becomes down to complacency. And we just assumed, a little like our oceans, we assumed that the Amazon was such a vast area. It was almost impossible for man to genuinely have an impact that was tangible. But what we've discovered is that actually we're very good at destroying things, and we haven't got a very fine equilibrium. We haven't got a very fine balance on this planet.
Sure, is it?
But we also do have the power to make that change, and it's not that we can't just reverse all the damage that we've done, but we can start putting a stop to it and start trying to make amends, and that's what campaigns like I Love Amazon Week are all about.
All right, I mean, the commissioning of this study obviously has highlighted a lot of, and I don't mean this in an insulting way, but a lot of our own ignorance, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think ignorance is probably
it's a bit harsh, but
word.
Yes,
but more just that complacency that we just accept what we have. And it's like everything in life, we don't really appreciate things until we've lost them. And unfortunately, we haven't lost the Amazon yet, but we're going that way. But by utilizing campaigns like this, by actually empowering people, we still have time to make a difference.
And what about the commercial concerns in the Amazon? That is the main reason that it's being destroyed. And however hard individuals can campaign, some of these people and companies are relentless, aren't they?
Well, people, the people, what you must understand is there's a lot of people that are struggling to make ends meet, and they rely on the natural resources that they have in their back garden, in their land, in many ways. It's just about not. I think we live in a gluttonous society now, where we consume vast amounts, and we don't think about recycling as much as we should, reusing products. We kind of live in a throwaway society. So much food is wasted. So many products just get thrown away. And, all those products require land to either grow crops or the land to harvest materials from below it. And we are consumers, and we are part of that. Yes, it may be we could easily kind of tarnish various corporations and companies by saying it's their fault, they're doing it all, but we're still the consumer, we're still buying those products. And I think the point is that we can start making a difference just by buying more Amazon-friendly, rainforest-friendly products.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I do hope that this campaign is a success. And if anybody wants to get involved, how do they do that?
They can just go to sky.com/rainforest rescue, and it's got all the information, how you can sign up to pledge, how you can do your bit, and you can learn lots about the rainforest at the same time.
Right, fascinating information as well, so people can learn and contribute and get involved. It's a nice project, and I do hope it is successful, Ben. And it's lovely to talk to you.
Thank you, Dennis.
And if ever you're in the Grantham region, come and have a wander around, because we've got.
I'll stop by for a cuppa.
Yeah, we've got beautiful countryside round here, and you can identify a few trees as well.
Well, I'll bring my guidebook.
Thank you very much, Ben. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. That was Ben Fogle talking about the Amazon, and really meaning what he says. You can see how passionate he is about that, and about basically saving the planet in any way whatsoever. Yep, interesting talk. So many thanks there to Ben Fogle. I hope you enjoyed that one.